Today we're going to talk about gratitude. It's really such an important topic year-round, but we're heading into Thanksgiving. I mean, we've got those feelings coming. The air is changing. We know kind of it goes with the season a little. But we also know from a ton of research that families who are full of gratitude are more successful. They're happier. They're more satisfied. Their relationships are stronger. And so we're going to dive into that. You guys are going to help us understand it, what you do, give us your experiences. So I want to start with you, Stephanie. The word gratitude, sometimes I think when we think of kids especially, we think please and thank you. What is gratitude to you? What is this? What are we talking about?
Right. And you know what? The thing that I love about gratitude is the action. There's got to be action behind it. Because it's easy to say the words please and thank you and say all these nice things. But for me, gratitude isn't just about the easy thing. It's about backing it up with proof. And so for me, I was raised with a mother that was always constantly gratitude in action. When she visited the post office, she'd have fruit in her bag and she'd pull out fruit and give it to the people. When she goes to the farmer's market, she brings extra stuff, little gifts, little tiny things to give to the farmers that are serving her by giving her great produce.
And so that's
this is just, it's who she is. And if people come to the house, they don't leave empty-handed. They leave with food out of our pantry, and she's like, I buy extra things at the farmer's market so I can give them away. But that's who my mother is. And so I have inherited that from my mom. If the postman comes to my door, he knows that he's going to get a drink or a treat or something. And my daughters have now adopted it so that they run into the pantry when a friend drops by. You know, it becomes part of who you are. It's what you do. It becomes entwined with you if it's action.
So that's our first, let's say, major point right here, Stephanie, that you make for us. Gratitude is really an action word. It is not passive. It is, I mean, it is thought, but it's more than that. We have to turn that thought into an action. So, Jill, anything you want to throw in there as far as what is it? What is this? What is gratitude? This feeling, this thought, this action, what does it mean?
I think for me and for my kids, I really want them to be cognizant of what's happening around them and really recognize random acts of kindness that are happening to them, you know, whether it's to them or to someone else. Like, I just think I don't want their arrows to always be pointing in and saying, you know, what am I going to get out of this? Or I constantly want them to be saying, wow, she really went out of her way, and recognize when someone is showing service or gratitude. So for me, that's something I'm always teaching my child and saying, wow, did you see what that person just did? So I take a moment and really help them to recognize it. And I think when they can see it, then I think then they can model that. You know, it's modeled for them, and then they, in turn, then are doing it to other people.
Sure. So it sounds like, and if we're at home and we're listening, we put this together, we've got that it's very much an action word, right? So it's a verb. We have to do something. And again, it's recognition. So Jill, you're implying too that it's selfless. It's the ability to turn away from ourselves and recognize there's people around us, that there's something else going on here, right? As a place to start. Okay, Megan, I'd love to hear how you add to this, because they've hit some good ones, but I can see it. You've got something. What is it?
Ben! I hate going third.
I go first. Also, when you look at the word gratitude, if you go down to the root of the word, if you follow its etymology back to the beginning, it comes from the word grace. And I think that that's what I want my children to understand, is that we are not owed anything in this life. And so I think that if you can live without a sense of entitlement, that gives you the ability to live with a sense of awe. Mm-hmm. And I want my children to have that sense of awe. And so I think no matter what your faith tradition is, even if you think that even if you would say that you're without a faith tradition, I think that applies to you. That if you can wake up every morning and accept the grace that is sent your way and accept it willingly, because that's important and difficult to do sometimes, and with a grateful heart, then you'll be much happier in this life. So.
Okay, so I don't think it could have been said any better. I'm sure glad you went third, Megan, than the three of you. So that's more than even a call to action. That really is helping us understand what it is we're looking at here. It really is more than just forcing our kids to say thank you when their grandma gives them something. It is a way of life that we're trying to show them, that we want them to understand.